Joining us now, though, eminent domain fame. She's a farmer. She's an executive. She's now a leading honcho with the Ronald Reagan Political Action Committee. She's a fundraiser. She's a mover and a shaker. She's a doer. And she also hangs out with me in D.C. when I'm up there. Keeps me out of trouble. It's true, actually. Joining us now, Martha Boneta of Farm Fame. Hey, Martha, good to have you.
Joe, and I always tell everybody, John Fredericks was the first in the entire nation to predict that Donald Trump would win the primary and that he would be our president.
That's right. You know what? That's why I'm at 96%. I was the first. And Trump is going to win again. And I'll predict it right now. Trump is going to win again because the Democrats, they just overplay their hand on everything. They still have no message other than Trump sucks. That's their message. That's their platform.
Look at, and it was interesting for me to watch. We had these hurricanes, tragedy, thousands of Americans, displaced out of their homes. Many lost everything. And Melania is so elegant, and Donald Trump, they flew all over the country to meet with, the victims of the hurricanes. And all the press could do was criticize when, if you saw him, he was handing out food. He was, just really embracing the community, doing everything he could to show support. And, no matter what, they're going to attack him.
They attacked him because she went on the plane in high heels. It's just ridiculous. But look, it's a good thing. Right? Because people are see through all this thing. Now, you're from the Valley. Last night, Charlottesville, we had John Whippick on a few minutes ago. Martha, you may have read this. A bunch of students and Black Lives Matter, they go to UVA. Faculty is involved, and they put a shroud over the statue of Thomas Jefferson, the founder of the school. Thomas Jefferson is now a white supremacist, racist. They called him a white supremacist. They called him a racist. They called him a rapist. I don't know how they threw that one in there. I guess it must be the 3 R's. So now they're tearing down statues of Thomas Jefferson. Washington is next.
That's right.
Where does this end, Martha?
This is a disgrace. A disgrace. Our founding fathers are such an integral part of our nation, of our, being a beacon of hope for the entire world, their vision for America. And here we have these students that are, it's so egregious and outrageous. And if we don't put a stop to this now, John, and I know you know this to be true, our youth, our next generation, the generation after that, they're going to have no idea where our country came from, how we were founded. It's going to be a horrible, black mark on our nation's history if we don't correct this now, because it's getting out of control. Thomas Jefferson, what are they going to do to Monticello?
I guess they'll tear that down, right? They'll burn the house down, right?
I guess if this is where, what are they going to do? Put a big tarp over Monticello? And here's the thing, why aren't they getting in trouble for vandalizing or for, did they have permission to put a shroud over Thomas Jefferson?
No.
To cover him up?
No.
Why aren't they charged with vandalizing or with, disrupting a piece of university property? Of course not. And that's the problem, is that, these public institutions, they're picking winners and losers. They are, they're not punishing these students when they do things like this. And that needs to change. It's bad behavior.
It is ridiculous. There's now 2 sets of rules in the United States. There's the rules for liberals who can do anything they want, and then there's the rules for Trump voters who, if they so much as don't have enough air in their tire, they get stopped because they have a sticker on their car. But this is I'm telling you, Martha, this is going to backfire. This is going to backfire because average Americans see what's going on in the University of Virginia, and they grew up understanding who Thomas Jefferson was, the role he played with the creation of our republic, our freedom, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. They also understand the time that he lived in, okay? And what he's done. And you start tearing statues down of founding fathers, And basically what this group on the left wants to do is get you to believe that the whole American system, the American way of life, the American government, that we're a bastard nation who lied to people, stole its way to the top, plundered, raped. That's what they want you to believe. It's like Obama said when he said we want to transform America. You know, in order to transform a country, you have to break down what it stands for. Or as Tom Perriello said the other day at the Chad Peterson Roundtable, you know, we have to stop believing in the myths. The myths. Now, what he meant by that, we were talking about statues, but what Perriello really meant was the myths of the founding fathers, the myths of the creation of this great country under God in between these two oceans. Like this whole thing is a myth. We raped, we plundered, we stole, we were imperialists, we put people down, we built the country on the backs of slaves, and we plundered. That's why we're great. And yet, that's what they want you to believe.
Yeah, and yet, where else in the world but the United States does anyone else have freedom like we do? Where else in the world can you come? Doesn't matter where you come from, who you are, what you believe in. If you work hard, you have an opportunity to be to be anything you want in the United States. That beacon of hope, the American dream. If we tear all that down, John, where else is there? Where else do you go?
It's an unbelievable time that we live in, Martha Boneta, no doubt. I want to ask you about the Moms March for America.
Yes.
Martha.
Well, and John, I know you and I were in Washington right after the inauguration. Of course, you know you have the keys to the White House now, so you got the top-notch treatment at the inauguration. We were all at the inauguration, and afterwards, do you recall the ladies in the pink hats that descended upon Washington and said horrible things about Donald Trump and left all their trash after they left behind them? Remember those ladies with the pink hats?
Yep, I remember.
So this march it's called the Moms March. It's in the heartland of America in Omaha, Nebraska, and it's a nonpartisan march. It's moms coming together and marching for freedom for our country, and really talking about how it's the home that can really be a place to revitalize our country and give hope for the future. And really advance family values. And so it's a wonderful gathering. It's a peaceful, happy gathering of women from all over the country that are coming. And I feel very blessed to be a part of it. I'm going to be speaking about the American dream and American exceptionalism. And I'm really looking forward to it. And thank you so much for mentioning it, because, these are moms from all over the country that are coming together. And it's nonpartisan, and we feel really blessed. It's Moms March for America, and folks can go online and search for it and find out how they can come or participate.
Where do they go? Again,
it's they're just going to go to www. It's momsmarchforamerica.org.
All right,
and they can check us out there. In terms of Charlottesville, we have these folks that are there, Antifa and Black Lives Matter, and all these folks that are covering up Thomas Jefferson's statue. Well, this Saturday, I'm going to be rappelling, if you can believe this, John, because I am a rock climber, but I've never done this before. I'm going to be rappelling off the side of the Omni Hotel in Charlottesville. There's going to be 36 Virginia counties represented. Families are coming from all over the Commonwealth, and we're raising money for young girls that could not afford to participate in camps and Girl Scout programs and all of these programs that the Girl Scouts offer to help young ladies. And every dime that's raised goes to make sure that young girls that otherwise wouldn't have an opportunity get to participate in these programs. So I'll be there propelling off of the side of the Omni Hotel in Charlottesville Saturday morning, 9 o'clock.
I tell you what, Martha, you're always involved in the most fun things, and thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it.
I'm not scared, because I'm going to be in a harness, and I'm going to have all the helmet and all the equipment on, so that I'll be nice and safe and sound. But what a great cause, John! And I'm so glad they're doing it in Charlottesville, because Charlottesville has, all the bad things in the news and all the negative press, and this is just something that's warm and fuzzy. It doesn't matter who you are, what you believe in, what political party you're with, what religion you are, the color of your skin. It's just a great opportunity to come together and raise money for so that young ladies can have an opportunity to participate in, all these wonderful programs that the Girl Scouts puts together. And I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled that they're doing it, and I hope they raise a lot of money for this program, and so that girls can learn. Young girls that don't have an opportunity, couldn't afford it otherwise, their families couldn't afford to send them. They'll have an opportunity to go. And isn't that great? We hear all about all the yucky stuff in the press, but isn't it great to hear about something like this?
It really is, and I'm so glad we connected today so you could tell us about that. Martha Boneta, thanks for being with us. Good luck with your rally and for all the great things that you do for us out there. And I'll catch up with you next week.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Well, see you soon. Thank you, everyone.
Right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.